Check out my mom's amazing quilt. She sent it to me in the mail. It is not finished. It's a quilt top. But I am just in awe of this quilt. It is so beautiful. So much detail in it. All of the squares finish at just 1.5 inches. And I cannot imagine piecing all of this. So she started it in 1974. And it is incredible. Oh my goodness. I am just so excited to be able to show you guys it. I'm going to bring you in for some closer shots, but before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Fallon, and here on my channel, I mainly talk about quilting and sewing. So you'll also find quilt tutorials on my channel, sewing supply reviews, like different notions and things like that, especially rulers. I love reviewing different rulers and how to use them. And then you'll also find unboxings of monthly subscription boxes. So if you've been thinking about a monthly subscription box, definitely check out some of my videos. They might let you know if it's the right box for you or not. All right, you guys, let's jump into this quilt. So it's interesting. Like I said, my mom started this quilt in 1974. During that time, she actually worked at a bookbindery. She told me that instead of cutting all of these little squares by hand, she actually would bring fabric into the bookbindery and use the guillotine there to cut the fabric into these squares. And she said it helps her get them a lot more accurate, which you can definitely tell that they are pretty accurate. Now, the guillotine in the bookbindery was used for them to rebind old books. So the guillotine would trim up the edges so they didn't look so weathered and worn, and they would repair the books that way. So I thought that was really interesting about this quilt. Now, if you look in close, you can see how accurate she was on getting all of these beautiful fabrics that are very, very directional, all lined up the same direction. You can see that here on the red, and then you can see it on the pink here with the little florals, has some lines on it as well. And then I noticed it as well at the very bottom in this green fabric that also has some kind of tonal lines in the background. It's just so well done. She said that she had to rip a ton of seams getting this beautiful pattern because she sewed it all together in rows. So I can't imagine sewing a quilt like this with this type of design, and you really got to get everything in each row lined up perfectly. She said she found the pattern, I think, in a quilting magazine, and that was how the piecing was done. You know, each row, you followed the layout of the design. So I think it's really cool. I'm really hoping to get it finished for her. It's in really good condition. There's a few stains here or there, which I bet I could get out or at least lighten them up. But I would really, really love to get this quilted for her. I'm going to take it into one of the local quilt shops around here and see if they would be comfortable quilting it, because it is a very large quilt. And I'm really only comfortable quilting smaller ones on my domestic machine. So I'm hoping to get it done for her, because 1974, I bet she would love to see it completed fully. And I would really love for her to see it completed fully, because this is a lot of work to put into a quilt. So let me know in the comments what you think of the quilt and the design and the story behind it. I just think it is so cool that she used, you know, a guillotine to cut the fabrics, because I don't believe that rotary cutters were mass produced until the 80s, definitely late 70s. So cutting all these by hand then with scissors would have been crazy. So I think it's so smart that she found a way to get that done quicker. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments what you think. And I had so much fun sharing my mom's quilt with you. I feel like one, I definitely know and have known where I get my love for quilting, but I do think she has a lot more patience than me getting this design done. I don't know if I would have been able to follow with all these fabrics as well as she did. All right, you guys, I will see you next time. Bye.